going on, guys? Ray Falero here. Welcome to the Boom Boom Room, PapaReys Boom Boom Room. This is a channel I've been wanting to start for a while now. If you have me on Facebook, you know all I do is talk about sports. So I just want to talk about sports. Subscribe to the channel below. Go ahead and hit that red button. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Facebook page, PapaReys Boom Boom Room. Also, like, follow, support the cause. I'm just here to give you guys facts, opinions, whatever. Just here to talk about sports. I want to thank my buddy Josh Bantillo, worked on that intro video, the audio for it. Real cool guy. If you're looking for instrumentals, beats, anything like that, Joshua Bantillo is the one to hit up. Thank you, Stephanie Feliciano. Hooked me up with a nice little logo. Hit her up if you have any needs for a logo. Like I said, been wanting to do this for a while. Had a couple friends that said, hey, why don't you start a podcast? I'm like, I'm too ugly for the internet. And y'all always troll me. But it's all right. We're going to go ahead and start this off. As of right now, it's a bad time to start a sports podcast when everything's canceled. But one thing, NFL free agency draft coming up, that is not canceled. So that's going to be the topic of the day today, giving you team by team news, moves, and what I think about the team. So let's get started. All right. First team we got is the Arizona Cardinals. They got Kyler Murray last year. He did pretty good as a rookie quarterback. I think this year they definitely need some O-line help. Probably an edge rusher and a linebacker. Kenyon Drake was transition tagged. He came from the Miami Dolphins, had a pretty good, decent end of the year. David Johnson was out. And the big news of the week, now David Johnson is really out. David Johnson got shipped to the Texans for DeAndre Hopkins. Highway robbery. DeAndre Hopkins is easily top 3-4 wide receiver in the league. Swapped him and DJ for a second round pick and next year's fourth round pick. That's terrible, honestly. But we all seen it coming. David Johnson hurt, wasn't really running like he was before. Another big news, Larry Fitzgerald is back, not retiring for at least one more year. They also signed Devin Kennard, linebacker out of Detroit. Decent pickup. He had 7 sacks last year, signed him to a 3-year deal. Also, defensive tackle Jordan Phillips from the Bills. That's, I think, a decent pickup, Good pass rusher. 9.5 sacks last year, signed him to 3 years. We'll see what happens. I definitely think Cliff Kingsbury knows what he's doing. Has the widespread. Definitely helps Kyler Murray a lot. Probably would look for maybe another tight end, something like that, and definitely the O-line needs some help. Keep Kyler Murray off his back. Next team, the Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons. Boy, I don't even know what to say. They're really wasting Julio's prime. And they really haven't made that many moves. They got Hayden Hurst from the Ravens. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. Definitely a good pickup, I think, for them, since they did lose Austin Hooper. Hayden Hurst is a bigger wide receiver, definitely on the fast end for tight ends. I think he's a good pickup for Matt Ryan. Also, they did pick up Dante Fowler from the Rams. 11.5 sacks last year. They signed him to a 3-year deal. Needs for the Atlanta. They just need to go ahead and sell the team. I'm just playing. For sure, they need a running back. Devontae Freeman is no longer there. They lost a lot of key pieces, need corners, linebackers, and I don't know. I think another season or two, Matty Ice is out of there. They gonna need to go ahead and try to find a young quarterback to take the throne, because Matty Ice is nice, but not as of late. The next team, the best team, the Baltimore Ravens. Y'all already know Lamar Jackson, Axon Jackson. That is my man. I ain't even got to say it, but we blew it in the playoffs. Damn. I almost deleted Facebook that day. I for sure turned my phone off for 24 hours. We need some weapons in general. Lamar Jackson cannot do it by himself. Lamar Jackson needs to learn how to stay in the pocket a little bit longer, let the plays develop, but I can't complain. MVP of the league, broke Mike Vick's record. I'm not complaining. Our needs definitely need a linebacker, edge rusher, and now we need an old lineman because Marshall Yanda is retired. I want to thank Marshall Yanda. Great years. Definitely helped us out in that Super Bowl. This year, our running game was crazy. A lot of it to him. This year, we did pick up Michael Brockers, defensive tackle from the Rams. The kid is consistent. He's played damn near every game of his career, minus 2 or 3. Very consistent. Attacks. So that's a good pickup. Another big pickup. Boy, I was happy. Boy, I called it. Calais Campbell from the Jags. We got that man for a 5th round pick. I don't know what the Jags are doing over there. They rebuilding, doing that, whatever they doing. Traded for him, extended his contract for 2 more years. Calais Campbell, man. Great veteran, Pro Bowler, Man of the Year this year, the Walter Payton Man of the Year, All-Star Defensive MVP, along with Lamar Jackson, Offensive MVP. In the past 3 years, this man has 31.5 sacks. Unstoppable. It's crazy. We did also keep Matthew Judon. Boy, I was scared. I thought we was about to ship him. I'm glad we kept him with a tag for at least another year. That's it for the Baltimore Ravens. Y'all already know, Dirty Bird. The next team, the Buffalo Bills. I've been in Buffalo for about 4 years. I've learned to love the team a little bit more because Sammy came and they shipped him. So I just live here. And Bills Mafia, I guess. The Bills, they finally are pretty decent, actually. And now with Tom Brady gone, boy, I think the Bills are going to take the division. I said it here first. Bill Belichick will do great. I don't know who their quarterback is going to be. Stidham, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. But I think it's the Bills' time to shine. They better take advantage before Bill Belichick makes some moves. Buffalo Bills, I think, definitely need an O-line. Josh Allen, great young quarterback. He be flagging. He flagged in the playoffs. I don't know what he did with that pitch back. That was almost a fumble. They need an O-line for sure. They got to keep that man from trying to run out of the pocket. He's a dad bod version of Lamar Jackson. Definitely athletic. Just needs an O-line to help him out. Also think they need another corner, which they kind of fielded earlier with signing Josh Norman for 1 year from the Redskins. Josh Norman, OBJ. Boy, Josh Norman's a good zone corner. They'll probably use him a lot for the zone. They put the man to man. He's getting burnt. But hopefully he has a bounce back season like Richard Sherman. Also, they did trade for Stephon Diggs. That was a big thing in that playoff loss for the Bills. Nobody can catch. They needed a number 1 wide receiver. Diggs is the answer. Got him. Gave up a lot. Gave up a first rounder from this year 4th, 6th, and next year's 4th rounder, only to receive the 7th. I guess it's a win now situation for the Bills, so not bad. The Bills definitely need a bigger body wide receiver, and I feel like they'll get one in either free agency or the draft this year. They also got Vernon Butler, defensive tackle for the Panthers last year on a 3-year deal. Also, Mario Addison from the Panthers. Um, the last 4 years, Mario Addison hasn't had less than at least 9 sacks. So that's definitely what they need to get to the quarterback. Their defense was amazing this year, not today. Trey White, Tremaine Edmonds, a lot of young players that can, they're fast, strong, and they do what they do. They're getting a lot of talent from Coach McDermott's old days back in Carolina. Let's see what happens. Bills Mafia. Speaking of the Panthers, next up is the Carolina Panthers. I don't even know what they're doing, but I know what they did do was sign my boy Trey Boston to a new 3-year deal, safety, out of North Fort Myers High School, Lee Middle School. That's my man right there from the 239. Good job, Trey. You balling. You balling. They also signed Teddy Bridgewater to a 3-year deal from the Saints. I like Teddy Bridgewater. I liked him in Minnesota before he got hurt. He played decently. He's a game manager. He could throw the ball. Cam is not coming back. I honestly think Cam will go. Man, I don't even know where that man's going. Chargers. The Patriots need to go ahead and give him a call. Somebody got to give Cam a call. I feel like he'll be fine after this nagging injury. He'll be all right. They definitely need a corner, some D linemen. They lost some D line this year, mostly to the Bills. And offensive line to help Bridgewater. He's not as athletic as he was back in the day. He is now a pocket passer. Get that man an O-line. I feel like they'll do decent. They'll do decent. They'll do better than the Falcons, I think. They also picked up Seth Roberts from the Ravens. That boy cost us the playoff game too. I ain't gonna say nothing though, but all right. Next team is the Chicago Bears. The Bears suck. Nick Foles got him from the Jags for a 4th round pick. He's probably gonna start. Honestly, I think their plan is to hype up Trubisky. Trubisky's trash. Nick Foles is the better quarterback, big games. Last year, Nick Foles did not do so great. Then again, the Jags also suck. So he probably should have stayed with the Eagles. Let me see. Jimmy Graham, tight end for 2 years. He's more of a receiver. He's not really going to help block for Trubisky or Nick Foles, whoever wins over that job. But they did sign Robert Quinn for a 5-year deal. He played in Dallas last year. Drafted by the Rams, 11.5 sacks last year, so he did really good. He'll complement Khalil Mack, really good, I think. And also they re-signed Danny Trevathan, definitely needed that. Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals, number 1 pick in the draft this year, probably Joe Burrow. I mean, we'll see how that goes. Joe Burrow did great in college. Let's see how it translates over to the NFL. They did sign Mackenzie Alexander from the Vikings on a 1-year deal. They also tagged A.J. Green. That's a very smart move. I swore A.J. Green was gone by the trade deadline this year. Definitely need to keep him. I mean, you got Joe Burrow coming in, young quarterback. He needs someone reliable to throw it to. Let's not start over. Just go ahead and tag him for that 1 year. If he wants to leave next year, go ahead. They also signed Trey Reigns from the Vikings on a 3-year deal, and DJ Reader, defensive tackle out of the Texans, on a 4-year deal. I think definitely Joe Mixon healthy. An O-line help Joe Burrow out, because the boy played on one of the best college teams of all time, I think, and now he's going to the worst team in the league. He's going to have some big adjustments. Game's a lot faster. Your line is a lot trasher. We'll see how they do. Next team up is the Cleveland Browns. I don't even know what to think. Them boys signed everybody last year and were complete hot garbage. I don't know. OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb. Man, who else they got? They got everybody, and they're trash. This year, they definitely need an O-line. Got to help Baker. I feel like Baker had a great rookie season. This year, not so much. He was super trash. They definitely need a linebacker and a safety back there. They did sign Jake Conklin from the Tennessee Titans for a 3-year deal, so that's definitely going to help Baker a lot. He was the driving force of that Tennessee Russian offense, helping Derrick Henry last year. They also got Austin Hooper for 4 years from Atlanta. I feel like he's a great tight end. 800 yards last year, close to 800 yards. Definitely also helps on the block. Gives Baker some time, extra options to throw it to. They did put a second-round tender on Kareem Hunt. Man, that backfield is dangerous with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt splitting snaps. It's going to work. If they keep Kareem Hunt, or if somebody offers them a contract, they can go ahead and just give him a second-round pick. We're going to keep Kareem Hunt and keep it moving. I think that would be the smarter move to do, even though a second-round pick is probably a lot for Kareem Hunt. Also, Andy Jankovic was traded from the Broncos for a 7th-round pick. That'll help them out. They also got Carl Joseph, safety from the Raiders last year, on a 1-year deal. Just in case Baker ain't the man that he be talking all that trash to be. They did sign Case Keenum on a 3-year deal from the Redskins last year. It's definitely a great backup, just in case Baker does Baker. The Dallas Cowboys. Boy, they balled out that last game of the season for no reason, because the Eagles still won. Should have won that first game. I didn't think they was going to do it. I thought they was about to lose Dak, Cooper, everybody. I thought they were about to lose everybody. But they did re-sign Anthony Brown, corner, for 3 years. They also re-signed Amari, $100 million man. They needed to, because if not, that offense is garbage. Franchise Dak, which is a smart move, make him prove himself this 1 year under the tag, and then maybe you'll get your money, boy. They also signed Gerald McCoy, defensive tackle, on a 3-year deal out of Carolina last year. He definitely played with the Bucks. He's a monster. He'll disrupt that offensive line. They need a safety. They just lost Byron Jones to the Dolphins. Maybe another defensive lineman, some corners. Because, boy, them games was high scoring because they was getting torched back there. Next up, the Denver Broncos. They actually just released Flacco, quarterback for us, for a while. He's not elite. I don't know where he got that from. But he definitely fumbles a lot. So there you go. That's why he got benched for Drew Lock. They did tag Justin Simmons, the safety back there, young gun. Kid is amazing. They had to tag him. They couldn't afford to lose him. Let me see. Jarrell Casey from the Tennessee Titans. They did get him for a 7th rounder. And they also got A.J. Bouye, corner from the Jags. Also played with the Texans for a 4th-round pick. The Denver Broncos, if they're going to go with Drew Lock, again, offensive line, young quarterback, needs time to develop. Defensive line, give Von Miller some help, because that boy doing it by himself. And probably a wide receiver. Cortland Sutton is definitely developing into a nice wide receiver in the league. Get somebody to help him get some targets to him and get the people off of him. I feel like he'll make plays for whoever plays quarterback. Detroit Lions. Detroit Patriots. Or is it the Lions? I don't know. Because them boys signing everybody from the Patriots. They did get Jamie Collins, linebacker from the Patriots, on a 3-year deal. Also got Danny Shelton, D lineman, 2 years from the Patriots. I don't know what they're doing, but they did get Desmond Trufant, which is a great pickup at corner from the Falcons on a 2-year deal. Definitely help them out because they just gave away Darius Slay, big play Slay, stupid Lions. I don't know what they're doing. For real, like I don't know what they're doing. Matt Stafford, great quarterback, went healthy. Man probably played with a broken back half the season. Some good young wide receivers, Marvin Jones, Kenny Galladay. I feel like they can ball. It's just, I don't know. Matt Patricia's a smart man, so I guess we'll see what happens. They definitely need a O-line, help Stafford because the boy is hurt. Probably a D-line, maybe a more consistent running back. I don't know. I guess we'll see. The Green Bay Packers. I don't know. They're not making any moves. I guess they think they're all right, even though they're not. They did sign Christian Kirksey from the Browns, their defensive captain for all these years, to a 2-year deal. I guess that's really it. They re-signed Mercedes Lewis, old tight end, super old. They definitely need targets for Aaron Rodgers. I honestly think their playoff window and championship window is gone. They need some wide receivers, somebody consistent other than Devontae Adams, because them other boys was, I don't know what they were doing, but Aaron Rodgers was putting it in their hand, they dropping it. O-line, help Aaron Rodgers out. He's definitely aging, still got an arm. I think they give him an O-line, some weapons, a wide receiver, tight end, somebody help that man out. And the jokers of this entire week, the Houston Texans. You gave away DeAndre Hopkins for a 2nd-round pick. Top 3 wide receiver in the league. I don't know what's going on. Deshaun Watson is amazing, but now he doesn't have Hopkins. Is Will Fuller even healthy? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But they did sign Randall Cobb from the Dallas Cowboys, longtime Packer, on a 3-year deal. Randall Cobb did have 828 yards. That's the most yards he's had in about 5 years, even with the Packers. So right now the Texans need a wide receiver. They're gonna need to get someone in the draft. One of them boys from Alabama. I don't know, LSU. They need somebody because Deshaun Watson, although he is a great young quarterback, they came back on a lot this year. Up big, came back, lost. So we'll see what happens with the Texans. Y'all messed up real bad. Next up, the Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck retired last year, so they went ahead and got Phillip Rivers on a 1-year deal. Phillip Rivers is washed up. He's not going to have the weapons he had in Los Angeles. I don't know. I don't know. Marlon Mack is a great running back. They definitely do have a young offensive line that's amazing. To keep Phillip Rivers upright, I guess they need a wide receiver. T.Y. Hilton is not the answer anymore. Definitely consistent. They need somebody to help that man out. Also a tight end. They need the tight end, and they need a defensive lineman. Other than that, I don't know. It did help out that they got DeForest Buckner from the 49ers for a 1st-round pick. That boy right there is a monster out of Oregon. He will ball out for them. Let's just see if Phillip Rivers still got some left in the tank. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they just giving up. They about to tank for sunshine over there at Clemson because they giving everybody up. They did tag Yannick Ngakoue, which they better have because they gave everybody up. They did get Joe Schobert from the Browns, linebacker on a 5-year deal. That white boy can ball. They also did get Darqueze Dennard from the Bengals corner for 3 years. I guess they going with Gardner Minshew since they shipped off Nick Foles. I guess we'll see. They definitely need a corner, D-line, offensive line. I like DJ Chark. So Leonard Fournette, if he can't, stay on the field and not get suspended or whatever he be doing, I feel like they can ball. They just I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I think they're tanking. The Kansas City Chiefs, this year's Super Bowl champions, not making a lot of moves except the smart move of tagging Chris Jones, that defensive anchor for them during the Super Bowl and damn near all year, really. They did pick up Damian Williams' option, though. Kansas City, man, they about to run the league for the next 10 years. They're really the next Patriots. Patrick Mahomes, just a stud. I think they could probably use a corner, maybe a linebacker, and probably an O-line. Help Patrick Mahomes out a little bit more. That way, I know he likes that play action, getting out of pocket. That's when he makes the plays. I feel like he can make a lot better throws if he stays in the pocket. But I guess it really doesn't matter because the man makes plays. So congratulations on that Super Bowl this year. It should have been the Ravens, but I'm all right. Maybe next year. And the new team in town, the Las Vegas Raiders. They was a joke last year, man. I don't even know that AB done messed them up. They did pick up Eli Apple, corner from the Saints last year, the Giants. Michael Blackson's nephew. I guess that's the best thing you could say about him, because the man gets burnt all the time. Let me see. They got Corey Littleton, definitely a good linebacker from the Rams. They got him on a 3-year deal. And the big news, I think, Marcus Mariota. I feel like he can still ball. I don't know what happened in Tennessee, but I feel like Marcus Mariota will give Derek Carr a run for his money for that QB1 position. They signed him. I guess we'll see what happens. They also got Jason Witten, the old man from the Cowboys, longtime Cowboy. They signed him for a 1-year deal. Jason Witten, get your butt back in the booth because, I think you're pretty washed up. The Raiders, they need a wide receiver. Josh Jacobs is an amazing young running back out of Alabama. They need a wide receiver. Help the man out. They also need a D-line and then a corner because Eli Apple ain't it. But I guess we'll see how goofy they are, even if it's as goofy as their owner's hair. Next up is the Los Angeles Chargers. No more Phillip Rivers. That era is done. They need to go ahead and get them a stadium and stop running from the Rams. But I guess it is what it is. They thought Tom Brady was going there. Now, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the market right now is Cam Newton. Go ahead and give him a shot. You got mad weapons. Melvin Gordon is probably gone, but Austin Eckler did re-sign for a 4-year deal. That boy is probably one of the best two-way running backs, catch and running in the league right now. They got Brian Balaga from the Packers on a 3-year deal. Veteran offensive lineman will help out whoever plays quarterback because I'm not sure. For them, they also did get Chris Harris Jr. from the Broncos. That is an important pickup for them. That it's going to look nice back there. Also, Linval Joseph from the Vikings, defensive tackle. Them two, they're gonna look nice. I think they're gonna look nice. They also tagged Hunter Henry. Thank God, because they need to help Keenan Allen out. Keep Hunter Henry, great target. I think if they get themselves a decent quarterback, I feel like they'll have a decent year. The Los Angeles Rams, just in today, did release Todd Gurley and Clay Matthews. Clay Matthews, whatever. He didn't even play that much for them this year, only on certain formations. Todd Gurley, though, I seen it coming. I really did. The man, I don't know what it is, arthritis in his knee, whatever it is. Todd Gurley barely played last year. I hope he gets healthy, comes back. I think, I mean, everybody wants to go to the Buccaneers now. So I see the Buccaneers as a good choice. Maybe the Dolphins, maybe the Bills. I guess we'll see. Todd Gurley is released, ready to sign with whoever. Let's see how that goes. They haven't really done much. They re-signed the old man, Andrew Whitworth. The man is about 38. They signed him to a 3-year deal. He's trying to be like Tom Brady. He is a good lineman on the offensive line, but the man's old. I guess we'll see. They also did get Leonard Floyd, edge rusher from Chicago, on a 1-year deal. We'll see how that works. Los Angeles Rams definitely need a linebacker, defensive line, and an O-line. Jared Goff, his time is ticking because this year did not look good. Literally ran over into the new year what they did in that last Super Bowl with 1 field goal. So I guess we'll see what happens in LA. To Miami Dolphins. I know everybody that go, yeah, go Dolphins, yeah. Y'all are trash. Let me stop. I'm not. I like sports, so I'm not gonna criticize, but y'all are trash. Taking for Tua. You better hope the Redskins don't take him first, because then I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all picked up Eric Flowers, the Dolphins fans, offensive tackle, 3-year deal from the Redskins. Before that was the Giants. I feel like Eric Flowers is the biggest liability by any offensive lineman. Good luck. You guys did pick up Jordan Howard, running back from the Eagles last year. He was a great running back in Chicago. Didn't translate well over to the Eagles. Got his spot took. But I feel like Jordan Howard will be a real good running back for the Dolphins. Signed him on a 2-year deal, like I said, from the Eagles. They did get Byron Jones from the Cowboys. The Cowboys had to let somebody go. It was Byron Jones, making him probably the top defensive back in the league money-wise. Got him on a 5-year deal. They also got Shaq Lawson out of Clemson from the Bills on a 3-year deal. I mean, everybody that leaves the Bills seems to get a title, so I guess we'll see what happens. Miami's not getting a title, though. They also got Emmanuel Agba from the Chiefs for a 2-year deal. They also got Kyle Van Noy, linebacker from the Patriots. What I'm seeing here is they stacking on defense. So come draft time, it needs to be all offense. Go for Tua. Go ahead and get you a nice wide receiver, and most definitely an O-line, because that Miami O-line is trash. Did you see what we did to them week 1? And what everybody did to them all year? So, yeah, QB, probably going to be Tua. I think maybe another running back just to complement Jordan Howard. And definitely a wide receiver to complement Devontae Parker. Devontae Parker had a real good bounce back this year. Very bright future for that kid. The Minnesota Vikings lost like half their team. They need a little bit of everything. They did tag safety Anthony Harris, though. Good tag on their part. Definitely try to keep the team together. They also signed Michael Pierce from us, defensive tackle from the Ravens last year on a 3-year deal. The boy is going to clog up some holes. Definitely a good pickup for them. Minnesota Vikings, I don't know. Hopefully Dalvin Cook is healthy. And you see now he played when he was healthy this year compared to last year. The boy is a monster. Literally single-handedly won me my fantasy leagues. Both of them. Then they need an edge rusher. Now they need a wide receiver with Stephon Diggs gone. And probably a corner. So I guess we'll see what happens. The New England Patriots. Golly, boy. I am so happy that Tom Brady is gone. Thank you, Tom Brady. This year you were really exposed, but thank you to give other teams a chance at the Super Bowl. Thank you. The AFC is now open again. The Bills, like I said, probably gonna take it. Shoot. If the Dolphins do good, I might see the Patriots third in the division. We'll see how it is though. Hey, the big answer is who's gonna play quarterback. Like I said, I think Cam Newton need to go ahead. Yo, Bill, give me a job. I'm willing to learn. My feet are great. Hopefully his feet are great, because if not, I mean, then he's just a tall black man that dresses crazy. We'll see how it is though. They did tag Joe Thuney, their guard. They re-signed Matt Slater, which is like their kick returner, and they re-signed Devin McCourty to keep the Twins together. They got Bo Allen, defensive tackle from the Bucks, on a 2-year deal. I think it's over for the Patriots. They need a quarterback. I don't even think they got enough picks to get a decent quarterback. Stidham, nobody knows how the kid plays. He played in preseason. He was terrible. They need a tight end. They need a wide receiver. They need an offensive line, because that's why Tom Brady was dookie this year. Even though he does get rid of the ball quick, he got hit a lot this year. And they need some defense. They need a linebacker. They lost both of them. So, end of an era. I guess we'll see who was really the mastermind of that, whether it was Tom Brady or Bill. We shall see. But it is the end of an era, and I'm pretty sure the whole sports world is happy. The New Orleans Saints, very consistent. They kept their boy Drew Brees for another 2 years. I feel like they gotten cheated a lot in the playoffs. I think they just need a wide receiver to complement Michael Thomas. Maybe a backup running back, even though the backup this year definitely came in clutch when Alvin Kamara got hurt. Probably an O-line, another corner. They lost Eli Apple. I mean, he wasn't really a big deal. But they lost the corner, so probably need another one. They did sign Malcolm Jenkins from the Eagles, though. That's a great pickup. On Taysom Hill, their backup quarterback, wide receiver, running back, lineman, the boy does everything. They did that on purpose because they're trying to keep him. Because ain't nobody about to give a first-round pick for a quarterback that does everything. Except the Ravens, because he does everything. But remember, he's a quarterback. Not bad for a running back, though. Next up is the New York Giants. I feel like that division is trash, so it's anybody's division to win. They did get James Bradbury from the Panthers on a 3-year deal. Also got Blake Martinez from the Packers on a 3-year deal. Blake Martinez is going to bring a lot of feistiness to that defense that I think they need, because them boys got burnt a lot. James Bradbury he's a good cover man, man to man. I feel like he'll do a great job back there. I feel like that was really the Giants' issue, was getting toasted on every play, making Daniel Jones come back from behind all the time. They also did tag Leonard Williams. He played for the Jets a few years ago. He was like their all-star. They signed... They tagged him. They definitely need that. I feel like he was like the only good player on their defense, even though they got ran and passed all over. I guess we'll see. Definitely Daniel Jones, I feel like if he has time in the pocket, get him an old line. He has time in the pocket. I feel like I've seen him enough that he makes some good plays. Get a wide receiver to get the ball away from Saquon, because I feel like they are just killing that man. The coaching was new coaches now, but last year, I don't know what that coach, he had everybody playing hurt. We don't care. We're tanking, but you're going to get out there and risk your body. And we'll see. We'll see. I feel like the Giants have a possibility of taking that division because that division is weak. I guess we'll see what happens. The New York Jets. This is for you, Zach. Your quarterback Zing Ghost. The boy had mono. I have no idea what they're doing because they're not doing anything in free agency except getting George Frant, offensive tackle from Seattle on a 3-year deal. Them boy Robbie Anderson is not a number one wide receiver. Y'all need a wide receiver. Y'all need an O line. Y'all need a corner. You need to do something about Le'Veon Bell. I don't know if it's just he's not a fit for your team or your line is just trash and it's not like the Steelers. I guess we'll see. They need everything. They need a new franchise. The Philadelphia Eagles got Javon Hargrave from the Steelers on a 3-year deal. Nose tackle. Kid's nice. They also re-signed Mills and McLeod. Very important. I feel like the Eagles last year, I feel like their whole team was hurt and somehow still made the playoffs. Could be because their division is trash. But still, they got a lot of fighting them. Carson Wentz, that running back, man, they was balling last year. I guess we'll see. The big news of the day was Big Play Slay. That was huge. Big Play Slay. From Detroit, they got him for a 3rd and a 5th rounder. Well worth it. Young, dynamic, man to man. The man locks down whoever he's guarding, plays man to man like every snap. I think the Eagles need a wide receiver. Golly, do they need a wide receiver? Because, boy, Carson Wentz was like he was doing everything by himself. Wide receiver, linebacker, they fixed the corner issue. They don't need a corner anymore. But definitely some help on the offense, for sure. I see them, like I said, with the Giants, it's a toss-up. But the Eagles look like the stronger team in that division as they did this year. We'll see what happens. The Pittsburgh Squealers, the Steelers. I'm a Ravens fan, so I don't really like the Steelers. They did tag Bud Dupree, real nice linebacker over there. They also united the Watt brothers, Derek Watt, fullback, on a 3-year deal from the Chargers. Sure, he doesn't really do much, but I guess it's cool that he's on his brother's team again. They probably need an O-line, Big Ben. Oh boy, I think this is the end of the road for Big Ben. I don't even know why he ain't just retire after this year. Probably need some wide receivers and a tight end. And probably a defensive line. But I guess we shall see. The San Francisco 49ers gave up that big lead in the Super Bowl. I told him, hey, this game's over. Nah, Patrick Mahomes about to bring that back, and that's exactly what he did. A lot of rumors about Tom Brady swapping out for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think they just need to relax. Jimmy G has plenty of time to develop. This is first full year. Great young guy. I think he's gonna be him, Mahomes. They're some of the great young quarterbacks in our league. Just give it some time. I think they'll be all right. They did definitely re-sign Eric Armstead. They needed to do it since they got rid of DeForest Buckner. Armstead is a great defensive lineman. Re-signed Jimmy Ward. They're not really making too many big moves. Just re-signing a lot of their core players. San Francisco. That running game is crazy. Mostert is crazy. Crazy. They probably just need probably another wide receiver. That's what I'm thinking. Probably another wide receiver. Compliment Deebo Samuel, help Jimmy G out in the play action. Maybe a corner. Offensive line. I don't know. They're a good team that blew a league, but I think they're probably going to be front runners. Top conversation probably for the next 10 years. If they keep Jimmy G, keep their core, I think they'll be all right. Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson. Sierra got that boy on lock. They got Bruce Irvin back. Had him a while ago. Went to Oakland. He's back. They also they signed Greg Olsen. I don't know what's up with these old tight ends signing with new teams. I guess we'll see what happens. I think Seattle did get rid of Hollister, so I mean they basically just swapped out Greg Olsen 1 year from the Panthers. I guess we'll see how that goes. Every year it's the same thing with Seattle. They need an O line. They need they need a running back, maybe a backup running back. They need an O line. Cause golly, Russell Wilson is literally like the most hit quarterback in the league. The boy runs for his life every game, still makes it happen. If they get him an O line, I see them going back to the Super Bowl again. They need an edge rusher. So David Clowney is probably not getting signed by them again. He's on his way out. We'll see what happens. Go Hawks. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When I heard on the radio that the Tampa Bay Bucks were an option for Tom Brady, I'm like, y'all lost y'all damn mind. That boy, no, they ain't gonna do it. They got him. TB12 is headed to the Tampa Bay area. I know everybody back home is excited. That boy about to sell tickets. This is literally like the LeBron effect. The Tampa Bay Bucks have been getting calls from everybody. Yo, I'm trying to play with Tom Brady. What's up? He got a lot of offensive weapons, honestly. I think they probably gonna get a running back soon. Probably Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon. I feel like one of them two is gonna end up in Tampa Bay. Y'all excited? Tom Brady, I feel like this year he declined. Offensive line was not that great in New England, but I mean the Bucks offensive line ain't no better. So I guess we'll see what happens. New coach, new team, new arena, new everything, new vibe. Let's just see how he accustoms to the Bay Area. The Tennessee Titans. I hate y'all. Y'all ended the perfect season for Lamar Jackson. And I despise you for it. Y'all also make really dumb decisions. They extended Ryan Tannehill to a 4-year deal and tagged Derrick Henry. What I would have done is tag Ryan Tannehill for 1 year, because I don't know if y'all didn't notice, but he ain't do too much in the playoffs or the regular season or at all. Definitely did more than what he did in Miami, but I feel like the deal should have went to Derrick Henry for a long-term deal. I know long-term deals don't go to running backs. They get hurt, and they're out of the league real soon. But Derrick Henry literally carried y'all on his back, and you tagged him for a year and extended Ryan Tannehill for 4. Stupid. Tennessee, great coach. They were hot. They were hot at the end of the season last year. They probably just need an edge rusher. Another O-line. Derrick Henry don't really need an O-line because he's running everybody over. And probably a corner. I think one of them boys is Logan Ryan is probably on his way out. I think he's not asking for too much money. He's asking for that for what everybody else getting paid for this free agency. But I guess we'll see if they match what he wants. Or else Logan Ryan's probably out too. Then they're going to need to fill in that spot. And the last team of this free agency so far, the Washington Redskins. Dwayne Haskins, boy, you don't look the same. The kid is not ready. His college coach told him he's not ready. He needs to sit behind somebody. He got thrown into the fire, and he burned. I don't think they're going to go for Tua. I would definitely go for Chase Young. That's a once in a generation type player. Can't pass him up. But they definitely need to pick up somebody and let Dwayne Haskins sit. Not a bad quarterback. He's just not ready for the speed of this league. Cam Newton with Ron Rivera doesn't sound too bad, honestly. They are making some moves, though. Sean Davis, safety, 1 year from the Steelers. Thomas Davis, linebacker from the Chargers. If you remember, he's the linebacker from the Panthers. Ron Rivera is not stupid. Kendall Fuller, cornerback from the Chiefs, on a 4-year deal. They also got J.C. McKissick from the Lions. I believe he was running back for the Seattle. He had like a good game or two, mostly just a receiving back. Pierre Louis, linebacker from Chicago, on a 1-year deal. And they did tag one of their offensive guards, Scherf. They also got another offensive guard from the Falcons on a 3-year deal. Washington, I don't know, Adrian Peterson, Geis. They got some nice young wide receivers. Maybe they just need a tight end, an O-line for sure, and probably an edge rusher. But like I said, I don't think Dwayne Haskins is ready right now. So thank you everybody for watching my first episode of the Boom Boom Room. I really appreciate it. Like and share this video. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell everybody. Hopefully we get a few videos a week. I got a camera coming in soon. Thank you, Lacavelli. Camera coming in hopefully on Monday. You know, I'm new to this. If there's anything y'all want, any advice y'all have for me, editing tips, anything, I am down to listen. Please hit up my inbox. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm really just trying to have fun. Like I said at the beginning, that beat was made by Josh Bantillo. Every week we'll have a new beat for the intro video. And honestly, I'm just trying to support one another. If you guys have your own business, go ahead and shoot me some info. Shout you guys out on the video. I'm just trying to, if we win, if I win, y'all win. If y'all win, we all win. You got a beat for me, go ahead and send that to me. I can edit it into the video, whatever. I want to see everybody winning. Like I said, thank you. Ray out.
You talking about the boom boom room?
Yeah, they the boom boom room. That's it.